Middle finger. Bro, this mother flipper will
Hey everyone, it's TheEdgeNK or Trey, depending on how well you know me or how long you've been watching my. For backstory, especially if you're coming across this channel for the first time and you're new to the channel, I'm a YouTube creator and a Twitch streamer. I've been streaming on Twitch and making gaming content on YouTube for a while now, but this identity, the way that you know me now, I presented myself this way since about June of 2018. I used to live stream Island Royale on YouTube Gaming until I moved over to Twitch, and then afterwards I started making Roblox content specifically under the game Island Royale, which is what most of my audience knows me for. Over that time, I've amassed over 1,500 followers on Twitch and over 175 YouTube subscribers, which I'm absolutely proud of, but I think we need to move on from Island Royale like I am myself. So this is my official announcement stating that I'm moving on from Island Royale, and here's why. I have some talking points written up about what I want to talk about in this video, and hopefully I can prove a point, I can prove my case to you guys, and I'm going to collectively tell you all why we need to move on as a community from Island Royale and venture off into other projects. Some created by Lord Jared, others on Roblox, and it really just depends on your personal interests. I'm heavily against making content for a fan base if you do not enjoy it, and that is specifically why I want to make this change. There may not be anything specifically wrong with Island Royale as a game right now, but the community has some issues. The game still has a few issues, but it doesn't really impact the overall experience. But overall, I'm just not having fun with the game anymore, which is why I'm choosing not to make content for it. If you make content for it, I have nothing against you. If you watch content for it, I have nothing against you. I'm just listing my reasons on why I think the community needs to leave the game behind, move on to other projects, even if we still want to support Lord Jared as a developer. So Island Royale has been around for a long time, specifically since around early 2018, I believe. Let me fact check that. Yes, I was correct. The game was created on the 8th of January 2018, and over time it's seen a lot of popularity, a lot of growth with content creators and streamers such as myself who were loyal to the community after the first initial boom of the game. But over time, the concept has grown stale. Jared has been showing little variety in shop content, sometimes even duplicating items, like the Blunder Blast and the Flint Knock basically being the same gun, leading to one of them getting vaulted, and constant milking of skins. Every single time you open the game, you're presented with a limited shop offer, which expires in 48, 72 hours or something, but over time, if you look through all the videos of the game, you can see that skins have been constantly repeated through the rotation of these limited time shop items, and Jared's just trying to make as much money as he can to make a living, which, to be fair, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do, but it does get annoying for somebody who makes content, especially every time that you have to close 3 windows promoting certain game passes and virtual in-game items that you most likely will never buy. Coupled with this, Jared is laying back on Island Royale updates. At one point, he stopped updating the game completely for a few weeks so he could work on a brand new Roblox game called Gladiators 2, which he has officially announced will be his final project on Roblox, and will be moving on to making games in engines, which could be Unity or Unreal Engine 4. I'm not sure that yet. He hasn't made any announcements, but that does show that Island Royale has an end. There is going to be a certain point in time where he will not work on the game anymore, and he'll let it fizzle out. Same thing with Gladiators 2. He's effectively limited the lifespan of all of his games that he's released, even ones that are still in beta or still in development. Has not even shown many members of the public what is in store for this game, which is quite unfortunate, but people have to move on with their lives. Lord Jared might want to get a real job in software development. I don't know much about him. He might have a college degree. Someone tell me more about him in the comments below. I'm very interested to see what his next step is. If anyone's more personally connected to him, then let me know. Another thing that is hurting Island Royale itself is less content creators focusing on the game as their main game. In the early days of the game, we had creators such as FaZe Jarvis, TSM Hamlins, and other huge creators documenting the game, and other people who are focused on it, such as Sod Gaming, Westrum, and Synthesize OG. Over time, the interest that these creators have in the game have fell, and now all 3 of them have either stopped creating content completely, stopped creating content on Roblox, or stopped creating content on Island Royale. Saad quit completely to pursue a real job through college. He almost dropped out of high school to pursue YouTube, but with the growth that Island Royale was getting, it would not be sustainable. And after Jared mentioned that he would quit Roblox development completely, his days were numbered, and Saad decided to stop making YouTube content. He's still around on the platform, of course, watching videos and stuff. He's even made a new official account under his name just so people can't try to impersonate him, but he's done creating content. Wes Drums moved on to making 1v1.lol and Strucid videos, which you may know him for. His content's pretty alright. I'd recommend watching it if you're still into Roblox-themed shooter games, but he's definitely done with Island Royale. Maybe he uploads the odd video once a bigger update comes out, just to try and get a little bit more engagement in his audience. And Synthesized OG has been sparsely uploading content, possibly trying to get caught up with some stuff in his real life, but more recently he's been making variety Roblox content, and he's even started a Minecraft series. So definitely no more Island Royale for these creators. They're moving on to things that are bigger and better. And finally, something that myself and a bunch of other former or present Island Royale content creators have had a problem with the game is Jared failing to recognize certain bugs and certain glitches that happen in the game. Most of the time he fails to make statements about bugs and other fixes in his patch notes, just simply summarizing it as much more improvements and fixes. Despite that, after every single time that is mentioned in a patch note and I start playing the game, bugs that have been in the game since the beginning or for several months have still been occurring, especially with me because I played the game a lot in June and July, which is when these issues happen. So far right now, I assume that he's had a little bit better response. I haven't seen that many issues with bugs in the game right now, but you know, I haven't played it in a while. I'll need to check up on it and make sure. Maybe I'll add some text in here in the editing after I play it and see if there are still glitches. A pretty significant one is that you can walk through windows and then you phase through builds if you try to place them too fast, which might just be a disadvantage with Roblox, but it would be nice to know that Jared could acknowledge these issues and blame them on either Roblox or say that he is getting a fix done for them. These are general faults with the game and the concept. They can't really be fixed, but let's talk about some other things that could be prevented or fixed in the game. One part of Island Royale that has always stuck out to me as a more negative asset of the game is the competitive community. While most members of the competitive community can be calm, cool, and collected, others not so much. To preface this, Island Royale never had an official competitive scene up until about a few months ago, where the fall and winter cups were announced and there might be a spring cup in the works to try and bring some more traction to the game. These were multi-stage tournaments with qualifier matches in the official Island Royale Discord, which would result in an in-game cash prize being awarded to your account through the in-game currency of bucks. But this wasn't here for a while. As I mentioned, this happened in 2019. This game's been around for a whole nother year and a half. So community members would organize clans, clan wars, and tournaments, which had no moderation from the official game staff, and therefore anything could basically happen. It just depends on who's running what event. They could compete in clan wars, which had unofficial records based on several different Discord servers. One that's rising up is the Roblox Clan War Hub, which now has expanded from Island Royale, but it used to be called the Island Royale Clan League. As you could see in the name, it was definitely focused on Island Royale. But over time, toxicity started to develop within these clans. Egos were growing in these young players who were a little bit better at the game than others and decided to start shit-talking relentlessly. Then again, these are young teenagers. They did not know what they were saying, but still some older members of the community could have pointed them in the right direction. Unfortunately, I haven't seen any cases of this yet. I've been trying to step up in Island Royale Discord servers where I'm more active, try to kick some maturity into some people who are not known for being very mature, but then again, it's Roblox. How much luck am I going to have? And due to these abundance of younger players, some even breaking Discord and YouTube terms of service by being under the age of 13, and their egos developing as they become better and better, some controversy started to develop between players. To gain more clout in the community, some people even fabricated events and tried to fake controversy for clout. Some controversy was real, on the other hand, others were fake. two main instances of this that I can think of off the top of my head, even though not being that involved in the community, is Spizik hacking and the Schmaltzy controversy. The Schmaltzy controversy was a big one. I really saw the effects of that one. It almost destroyed his YouTube career, and he would have to start over under a different name without face cam and altering his voice possibly to even be able to make it on the platform, which is quite unfortunate. He lost a decent amount of subs. You can see the graph on the screen, pulled that from Social Blade, and it's just quite really unfortunate to see the witch hunting that went on. Spizik's situation, on the other hand, was more of a publicity stunt where he hacked on a game or something and now is gaining immense amounts of views. But some other content creators still show the good side of Island Royale, like Mailnail, who makes legitimate Island Royale content with including funny moments and challenges, which allows him to grow at the same rate as Spizik, gaining about the same amount of monthly views. Graphs again on screen. And again, flopping back over to the community tournaments, we have some people who started to host tournaments for cash prizes, or Robux, the Roblox in-game currency. Accusations floated around about people not paying out their prizes, and some even called others scammers when there was no scamming being done. If an event got cancelled, you would be called a scammer because you didn't pay out prizes to non-existent winners. Not only that, there were also legitimate scams. Tournaments hosted for about the equivalent of 3,000 Robux, 5,000 Robux, 10,000 Robux, 1,000 Robux, which are equivalent to around $10 to $100. Prize pools were never paid out, people were left confused, and credibility was destroyed, even though some people might have wanted a quick grab of popularity inside of a community that they've invested so much of their time in. These people definitely did deserve to get a little bit of hate, but at the end of the day, these are just kids between the age of 13 and 15 years old trying to have some fun on a Roblox game. Trying to cancel them in the community, which could leave an impact on them, might not be the best answer, but then again, what can you expect? This is Roblox, it might be a legitimate scam. At the end of the day, we need to do our own research and base our own opinions. We cannot go off of other people's word all the time in the real world. At the end of the day, 2 years of consistent player base and community development is damn good for a Roblox game, and I'm proud of Lord Jerd for what he did. He managed to bring some FPS content creators into Roblox, developed YouTubers' careers forever, cementing them as a name in Roblox, and most importantly, he created a fairly fun game to play for many households. Unfortunately, its time has come to an end, and with all the scandals and controversy as well as immaturity in the community, its days are numbered. We should all collectively as a community wait until it's the best time to move on, one of those times being when Lord Jerd releases Gladiators 2 coming up in the next few months. I'm deciding to move on early as my interests are diverging and I would like to make more content. I still enjoy casting, so if you're an Island Royale content creator or clan owner and you'd like your clan wars to be casted, be sure to hit me up in the Discord DMs. I'd greatly appreciate your offer to cast events. I still enjoy casting, but I will not be playing any more Island Royale on my channels. I probably won't even play it afterwards. If you'd like to follow my journey throughout variety content creation and see what I'm doing, be sure to click that subscribe button down below and follow me on all my socials. I would also like to give some shout outs to some people who I really find genuine in this community. Their links will also be in the description above my social media links so you can see them a little bit easier. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed playing Island Royale as much as I did in the peak of my content creation career, and I'll see you guys later if you decide to stick around. Peace.